The Limitless Podcast with Amita Shukla.
Hello and welcome today. I'll be focusing today's episode on relationships and some signs of a healthy relationship and some signs of an unhealthy relationship. I would really encourage you to speak with someone that you trust, whether that's a family member, a friend, or a professional, someone who you know will give you their honest opinion and someone who themselves is able to hold healthy relationships. And it really may be worth questioning and identifying whether the relationship that you're in is one that is healthy or one that may just be edging towards being unhealthy, and really asking yourself and being honest with yourself about this. So once we figure out whether the relationship we have is good for us or not, really tells us a lot about our self-belief, including how we expect to be treated, how much respect we may have for ourselves, and the dependency we have on others, and whether your self-worth and self-value is being placed upon a relationship rather than coming from an internal place. And a really important question here to ask yourself is, if a relationship that you're in, whoever that may be with, is one that's made out of choice, or if it's coming from a different place that's based on gratification, of neediness, of expectations. So a healthy relationship consists of authentic communication. So where people are really able to speak openly, honestly about their thoughts, about their feelings, and really able to communicate in a way where they're not feeling scared or fearful of what the other person may say, but knowing that the other person will hear them, will listen to them, and be able to respond or communicate in a way back which makes the person feel heard and listened to, and really taking their feelings into account. I mean, we're all human, none of us are perfect, and wouldn't it be boring if we were all perfect? But it's really about having someone that accepts and can see areas that you may be working on, but they really can understand and accept even the parts of you that may be difficult for you to accept, and being able to make you feel secure in that. And that's where respecting each other's differences is really important, because none of us are the same. We're all different, we're all unique, and we all have our own minds and our way of being in the world. And so it's really about not only accepting but also respecting the differences in each other. You've also got to be able to have your own life and be able to hold on to that. And that's where spending quality time together and quality time apart is really healthy. So another sign which I think is something we all have to consider as well, and that is being able to own and take responsibility for any conflict that you may have caused, without judgment, without trying to win one over on the other one, but really trying to listen, to hear the other person, valuing what they have to say, but at the same time also knowing and understanding yourself and valuing what you have to say at the same time. So it's really about creating a balance between the two. I mean, relationships, they are work, they do take time, they do take energy, And it takes an investment of both individuals to care enough about the relationship to want to make it work. And a couple of other important ones are being able to encourage and support one another. So whether that's with any insecurities, any issues that may be there within a relationship, whether it's to do with a work or a dream that one may have or both may have, but being able to see the best and being able to really lift one another up rather than pulling each other down. It's about wanting the best for the relationship, wanting the best for the other person, and encouraging them to be their best selves as much as you encourage yourself to be your best self. So these are some of the signs that I feel are the basis of a healthy relationship. And we can go into each one at great depth. But today's really just about providing an overview and a bit of a foundation for yourself, which later on we can build on. So if we look at some of the signs of an unhealthy relationship, as I'm going through these, I don't want anybody to really be hard on themselves. I do want you to be gentle with yourself if you are noticing that you have been or are currently in an unhealthy relationship, because this may just be all you have known. You may not have experienced a relationship that has been healthy, or you may not have experienced a relationship that may have been as fulfilling or as healthy as perhaps it can be. But it's really about recognizing if some of these things are resonating with you, and really making a choice in what to do about that now that you have the awareness, and what you do with moving forward. So some of the signs for within an unhealthy relationship is that you may not feel safe enough or secure enough within the relationship to be able to voice your concerns, to be able to share your feelings, and know that they will be held in a safe manner and will be received in a safe manner. Another sign is that it may be unsupportive, unreliable, it may be inconsistent, and there may be lies and deceit within the relationship where really there is a lack of respect of you and of the relationship and of the person themselves. An unhealthy relationship is encouraging of negative behaviours. So, as I said previously, a healthy relationship is one of encouragement, one of support, and really the unhealthy relationship is quite the opposite. If anything, it encourages bad behaviour. It encourages negativity. There is a lack of safety. There may also be abuse, which is another very important sign. And that may be emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, or financial abuse. And that is not acceptable. It's not normal. And it's not healthy. So if you also find within the relationship that that the other person is pointing out your flaws, or making you feel less than or not good enough, and it's important to look out within the relationship if the individual is only considering their needs, and not yours, So these are factors that you may want to look at more closely as well. Another unhealthy sign is that the relationship may be isolating you from others in an attempt for the other person to have you all to themselves, and an insecurity that the other person may have, which is really a reflection of some of their own issues that perhaps may not have been dealt with. I really hope this is helping some of you out there today. And if you do want to know more, if you are interested in learning more about yourself, about your relationships, whether that's from earlier on in childhood, whether it's later on in life, within current relationships, and you are wanting to perhaps know whether you are in a healthy relationship or not, I would encourage you, I would urge you to really go out there, to get the support, to reach out, and perhaps begin the journey of working through perhaps healthier attachments and healthier relationships, and seeing what this can really look like. So if you are realizing that some of the unhealthy relationship patterns are sounding just all too familiar, I really want you to know that it can improve, it can change. It is a journey and it does take time and patience. However, if you stick to it and if you really try your best, you can have healthier relationships and you can get the relationship that you deserve. So some of the podcasts that I will actually do in the future will go a bit more deeper into relationships and how these relationships can be a direct result of our early attachment experiences, and how these can impact our expectations, our needs and our wants in later relationships. So I really hope that you've got something out of today. I really hope that it's helped some of you out there, and encourage you to get the help you need, or to be able to learn more about yourself if you are finding that you are in an unhealthy relationship. If you would like to know more about me, you can visit my website, amitashuklatherapy.com, or follow me on Instagram at amitashuklatherapy. I'm Amita Shukla. The mind is limitless, and so are you.
The Limitless Podcast with Amita Shukla.